with Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Perez.
Welcome back on this Monday morning. So we are starting off kind of quiet, but I have the first alert that our next system is on the way with more rain and the potential of some rumbles of thunder. So it's an area of low pressure, and that will actually track right across the UP over the next 24 hours. Initially kind of going to be scattered rain and a couple rumbles of thunder, so some embedded thunder showers possible, but then it becomes a more steady rainfall for the second half of your day, extending into the evening. As far as hazards associated with this, we have moderate to heavy downpours that could cause some ponding of water in low-lying areas. Today, the Weather Prediction Center has a marginal risk, a level 1 out of 4 for the potential of ponding of water in low-lying areas due to the potential of more moderate to heavy rainfall. So that's something that you need to keep in mind, the excessive rainfall that could occur with the system that's going to be rolling on through. So rainfall amounts of around easily half of an inch, likely to about an inch in some areas. Here's that area of low pressure right now forming out of South Dakota, going to lift up into Minnesota and then over into Wisconsin for the daytime hours today. High pressure will continue to push out of the region. That high pressure is giving us those clear skies this morning, but the cloud cover is increasing today, starting across the western UP and then becoming more widespread. Now, light rainfall is just south of the Wisconsin state line this morning, so we'll start to see some very light scattered rain showers across the western UP throughout the morning. This is noon today. Some of those scattered rain showers and isolated rumbles of thunder here or there will be pushing through midday, early afternoon. Here's 4:30 in the afternoon with those rain showers still going. Pockets of moderate to heavy rain likely, especially across the south, and this continues to push towards the east end of the UP later on this evening. So here's about 8 o'clock in the evening. Still some spotty rain showers will be around during the overnight hours, extending through a good chunk of tomorrow as our wind flow becomes a little bit more northerly, and Wednesday is expected to be dry as high pressure rolls back in, giving us dry weather for a couple of days. Now, outside of the rain, the next first alert is for some more breezy weather to occur today with our wind flow out of the south and southeast. Gusts of around 20 to near 25 miles per hour. That's going to cause larger wave heights, all right? Wave heights of 2 to 4 feet likely, and that could also result in a high swim risk as well as strong rip currents. So it might not be ideal to hit up the beaches today. And I'm talking especially for Schoolcraft County, Marquette, and Alger counties. All right, those are the counties of concern. There is a beach hazard statement that has been issued by the National Weather Service office for southern Schoolcraft County for that. And then we also have small craft advisories along Lake Superior. Today, expecting our temperatures to remain below the normal. For the most part, mid to upper 60s. There might be a couple isolated low 70s across the west end. As we head towards tomorrow morning, we start off in the low 60s, and then tomorrow we'll likely tap into lower 70s in the southern UP with upper 60s across the northern counties. So after tomorrow, we'll start to notice an increase of temperatures by Wednesday, mid 70s, upper 70s, and even